that's just like. Alrighty, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of CJ and Fitz Show. As always, I'm Fitz.
CJ, what's up?
What's going on, everybody? Thanks for tuning in. And we got a special, a special edition tonight, maybe? You want to call it that? Special edition?
Yeah, but before we do that, I just want to say happy Veterans Day, even though it's tomorrow, but just an early notice, so...
Yes, happy Veterans Day to all the veterans out there. You're a veteran. I'm a veteran.
So
lots of veteran buddies out there that are tuning in. So thank you everybody for your service. All right, dude.
Yeah, what a exciting week, right?
It was a crazy week.
You definitely come back in the picks category, so
I did, yes. I am back in it, guys. Look at that. We're tied up 71-51 apiece right now, right? Like I battled back.
I'm over here sweating.
My wife is convinced that I'm the reason that the Bills lost. She is. She's like, I'm so pissed at you. She's like, I don't care about the Manning curse, the Manning show curse. She's like, I'm pissed. She's like, you're the reason that they lost because you picked them. So
that is funny.
I know. but I'm back in it though because of that pick.
Right? So I mean, there's something good came out of that, I guess.
Yeah. I don't know. But yeah, man, what a wild week. There's definitely some upsets across the board. The Denver-Dallas game. So what I could catch of it? I mean, I think it's really like. Do you think complacency is like? Do you think it's a real thing, like a real deal in the NFL? Like, do you think these guys, like when I played high school, I don't know. This isn't really a good reference. My high school football team was awful. So when teams came to play us, they were probably like, it's just this team. You know what I mean? What's the big deal?
Right.
Do you think that happens throughout the league?
I do. I think like with some teams they play at the level with the other team.
Right. So like sometimes in
yes.
And it's kind of like I don't know, man. I just kind of think it's.
But with Dallas,
I think last week was kind of a case of it. You got Denver beating Dallas, Jacksonville beating the Bills. There was one other upset. I don't know if it was really an upset. I mean, the Rams were favored, but Tennessee, right. Tennessee over LA.
I mean, the Falcons beat the Saints. I mean, that's kind of the Saints was favored.
The Saints were favored there.
The Raiders lost against the Giants.
I feel like I picked that.
Yeah, we both did.
Oh yeah. That was.
So I mean,
I don't know, man.
Yeah.
A weird week. You got any highs? You got any highs from last week?
I do. I just want to say what a fantastic job the backups for Arizona did. Colt McCoy and James Conner came in, filled their roles like they were supposed to, and got the job done against Green Bay.
Yeah.
So that just shows you how good that team is
against San Francisco.
Yeah, but I mean,
you said Green Bay. I'm just.
Okay, yeah, you're right.
Totally calling you out there. That's right. You got it wrong. You got it wrong.
I meant to say the Niners, but yeah.
No, I know, dude. I'm just messing with you. No, I mean, and then, I mean, are they like? So we have them. We have Arizona ranked as our number one in our power rankings here, and you look at their point differential, points allowed. Like they're only, they've only allowed 155 points this year. I think that's second in points allowed. Fourth, they're tied for third with New Orleans in points allowed, right? So, and they're number one in points for. So you want to talk about playing complementary football, like Arizona on all levels, right? Like you said, even Colt McCoy comes in and he plays great.
Yeah, he threw 22 for 26, 249, and a touchdown. No interceptions. I mean, he got the job done.
And it's a divisional game too, man. Like,
yeah. And
the NFC West always play each other really tough, and San Francisco wasn't there. Like they weren't there. When is San Francisco? When are they gonna just give up on the Jimmy G thing? When are they gonna? I want to see Trey Lance by the end of this year. I want
to see Trey Lance and Trace Sherman.
Yeah.
I want to see what the young rookies can do.
So I don't know. Let's.
Do you have any highs?
Yeah, I mean my high. Well, I don't know if it's really. My high is actually the Cleveland Browns.
Destroying Cincinnati.
Yeah, but not only that, but it's like the layers under all of it. You know what I mean? The whole thing with Odell, Baker's not good, all this stuff, and they absolutely just went out there and rolled over Cincinnati, who in the beginning of the year was looking like the top dog in the AFC North, right? So
Nick Chubb, he had a hell of a game.
Yeah, and Nick Chubb's now on, he's now on the COVID list this week. So
yeah, but I feel like all their running backs are legit. Like even Dearness Johnson, who's probably going to be playing this week as a starter, I still think they'll be fine. So
do you think this kid makes a? Jesus, man. Where were you, dude? My spelling is way off this week.
On what?
Alvin Kamara. Alavin. Is that right? Or I'm pretty sure it's Alvin, right?
Yeah, I believe so. It got past us.
Damn. And then same with Dawson Knox returning this week for the Bills. I wrote down Dawson No. Instead of Dawson Knox. Dawson No?
Yeah, but we understand, so.
I know. Oh, man. All right, dude. No, but back to my high. I just think that that's awesome, and it's a true testament to the character of that team. Kevin Stefanski, the head coach, and really, maybe
put the drama behind them.
I don't. Yeah, just maybe that's a sign that this Browns team can really kind of break the mold, right? Like really.
Yep.
So, but yeah, that's my highs. My low this week, I do have a low, and not to be like one of those guys that repeats himself quite often, right? But my low this week is the Minnesota Vikings. Right? My low this year is the Minnesota Vikings.
You sure sure it's not Sam Darnold?
Oh man. Sammy D, I hope you get better, bud.
Yeah. I can't.
How many? What is the total number of losses in overtime this year?
For them?
For them.
Man, I feel like it's a lot.
Right? I feel like they've been there. A few times now.
Yeah, I can't tell.
I'm trying to find their schedule.
Or, like, not even the over, just like they lose right at the end of the game.
Yep. Week 1, overtime loss to Cincinnati. Week 2, last-minute field goal, Arizona. Week 3, they won against Seattle. Week 4, they lose against Cleveland. Week 6, week 6, they ended up in a win there, overtime win against Carolina. They lose to Dallas on a last-minute drive. And then they lose to Baltimore. They were up on Baltimore, too. Yeah. You good over there, dude? We're getting some technical difficulties coming from your end. What's up? Okay, let's just take a quick. We're gonna take a quick minute. Anybody that's tuning in, we're just gonna take a quick second here. We're gonna let CJ reset his stuff and then hop back in here. Okay, so just give us a second. All right, everybody, we're back. I think we got it fixed. That was cool. That was a nice little fire drill there. You know, how are we gonna deal with these technical difficulties on the fly? And that's how we're gonna do it. So, all right, man. Nevertheless, let's just kind of jump into
picks.
Let's jump into the picks this week.
All right. Let me get my notepad ready. So we got Baltimore and Miami.
Yeah, Baltimore and Miami. In Miami, Baltimore's favored by 7.5.
Yeah, I'm still like I say every week, just about it's the Lamar's train right now, and I'm gonna stick with it. I'm gonna take Baltimore. You're taking Miami, right?
I am gonna take Miami this week.
I knew it.
I do. They're coming off a win, against Houston. The defense played really well. They have the athleticism on defense to kind of contain Lamar, and nobody talks about it enough because they haven't been performing, but they still have two of the best corners in the league. So,
True.
And you can't forget about the secret weapon, Mike Gesicki, dude. Dude's a beast, man.
Did you see that one-handed catch he did?
Dude is a beast. I'm going to take Miami here. Next we got Atlanta at Dallas.
All right, so Dallas, man, their offense or defense didn't look good against Denver. I mean, Denver was basically on all cylinders in that game, but I think they get it together. But Matt Ryan's been playing pretty good, and I know a lot of people talk about Trevon Diggs and how all these interceptions, but he's been giving up. He gives up the most yards and the most penalties to receivers. So, with all that being said, I still think Dallas has got too many playmakers, so I'm gonna stick with Dallas.
Yeah, I like Dallas at home. I think Atlanta's going to put up a fight, man. Kyle Pitts is...
Oh, yeah, he's really turning it on.
Man, he's turning it on, dude. I mean, if there wasn't such players as, like, Jamar Chase and Mac Jones, who's playing really well, Kyle Pitts, or Javonte Williams, too, like, Kyle Pitts is really kind of making a name for himself, and he could make a case for Offensive Rookie of the Year. The guy's he's not a kid, you know what I mean? Like some of these guys that come into the league, they still have childish behaviors, not saying, they're young adults. This he's a man, right? Like, and he plays like one too, dude. Like,
it's very athletic.
So, next we got Jacksonville at Indianapolis.
Oh, I'm sticking with the Jonathan Taylor.
Yeah.
And Hines. I think that's too much for him.
So Jonathan Taylor's second in rushing right now in the league. Isn't it crazy that Derrick Henry now hasn't played for 2 weeks, and he is still the leading rusher?
It shows you how good Derrick Henry is, though.
Right? Like, but yeah, Jonathan Taylor, man, yes. I'm gonna take it. And they're gonna ride that. They need to. I know Carson Wentz had a really nice week last week against the Jets, but that was against a really bad Jets secondary, and
I mean, yeah, no doubt.
Granted, like the Jets.
I mean, even Michael Pittman, second year in the league, is balling right now.
Yeah, I'm going to take Indianapolis here. Cleveland at New England.
Man, this is pretty tough.
This is probably the toughest one. If Nick Chubb wasn't on, if Nick Chubb wasn't on COVID this week, I think it'd be a lot easier for me to pick Cleveland.
Yeah, but man, I'm gonna take Cleveland.
I'm gonna take New England at home.
All right.
I really like what New England's doing right now. They're not, Mac Jones doesn't have to make too many risky decisions. They're running the ball, controlling the clock, and playing defense. And to me, that's the best kind of football to play. So, Bills of the Jets. Bills are 13-point favors. I'm expecting a huge bounce back this week from the Bills.
Yes.
I'm expecting Josh Allen to put up 400 plus. I don't think they take their foot off the gas this week.
Just to try to get them back in rhythm.
Yeah, they need something, man. Their O-line. So they're getting. Well, he practiced today. Both of them. So rookie left tackle Spencer Brown, or rookie right tackle Spencer Brown.
Yeah.
Is questionable, but he practiced today. And then Dawson Knox coming off of the broken hand, practiced today as well. That O-line was like Swiss cheese last week against Jacksonville. Prior to that game, they had only given up 8 sacks all season. They were still running the ball. This is where stats and what's actually happening on the field are different, right? So the Bills averaged 5 yards a carry against Jacksonville, right? A large chunk of that is coming from Josh Allen. Josh Allen is factoring into the Bills rushing, but they're not running the ball effectively, though. Like on a designed run play, they are not running the ball effectively. And this is where stats are extremely inflated, man, and they don't always tell you what's actually happening. So
I did not know he threw the ball 47 times. Jeez.
Yeah. I mean, granted, like even with that loss, though, the Bills still have the number 1 ranked defense, and they're still top 10 in offense, right? So much like Arizona, they're playing, statistically, right? Even though I was just bashing stats, statistically, they're playing complementary football, right? They're playing good football. They're not being effective when they need to be. Their red zone numbers are down from last year. Last year, they were super effective in the red zone. This year, their red zone numbers are down. I think they had one trip. They were one of 5 in the game against Jacksonville.
Man.
Trips in the red zone, and they only walked out of it with a field goal. Like there was no touchdown scored at all. So, Detroit at Pittsburgh.
Man, I really want Detroit to win the game, but I just don't think it's this week against Pittsburgh.
I want Detroit to win a game too.
I'm taking Pittsburgh.
Detroit coming off the bye, right?
Yeah, I believe. You gonna do it? I know you're thinking.
I know. Should I do it?
Where's our turning?
Should I do it? Shit, it'll probably give you the win again. I mean, it'll probably give you the lead again in the picks.
Yeah, but if you pick it, then that's a game. You're a game up.
I know. They're coming off the bye. How many...
Let me see.
I don't know, man. The way Chicago got after them on Monday night, and I love Detroit's front four. I can't say it enough. I think I'm going to do it. I'm going to take Detroit, man.
I mean, Big Ben didn't look too hot either. Well, at least not in that first half against Chicago. All right.
Yeah, I'm going to take Detroit. I'm going to take Detroit. Detroit gets their first win. Saints to Tennessee.
Oh, Tennessee.
I'm sorry. You're taking Pittsburgh there, right? You took Pittsburgh there.
Yeah.
All right. You're gonna take Tennessee.
Yeah. What?
Kamara's questionable now with a knee injury. Trevor Siemian looked exactly like he should have looked against Tampa Bay.
Against Atlanta.
Well, I mean the week before when he came in against Tampa Bay.
He looked pretty good.
I mean, they still kind. I mean, they still moved the ball against like. Where's the box score for that? Pretty sure he threw like 2 picks, didn't he?
No, actually he didn't.
No, he didn't. 249. I don't know. Shit.
Yeah. Actually played pretty good.
Yeah, he was sacked 1 time. I mean,
Matt Ryan had a nice game though.
Yeah, he did.
Mr. Utility.
I don't know. You know what? No, I'm gonna take New Orleans here, dude. New Orleans defense is playing lights out. I don't think Tennessee is as good as. Don't get me wrong, that was a huge statement win for them. They needed that. They needed to prove that they could win without Travis Henry or Derrick Henry. Yeah, you know what that's from. That's from why
I do know why.
Oh man. I'm on it today, man. Jeez. I'm gonna take the Saints.
Good, so
I like their defense. I like their secondary. Against Ryan Tannehill there.
All right.
Let me get back to it.
Should be Tampa and Washington.
Tampa, Washington.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna take Tampa.
Same.
Okay.
I figured that'd be pretty easy.
Yeah, Carolina, Arizona.
Arizona.
PJ Walker's filling in now for. It was good to see CMC back though.
Yeah.
Right. So I imagine he gets involved a little bit more. Minnesota at the Chargers.
You're gonna take the Vikings?
I'm gonna take the Vikings.
With I'll take the Chargers. With the recent news that's going around with Dalvin Cook and stuff, and Minnesota's not been able to close out games, I think the Chargers should get it done. So I'll take the Chargers.
I think Kirk Cousins and Justin Jefferson and Adam Thielen are going to light that secondary up, man.
Well, I feel like everybody lights them up.
Lights up the Chargers secondary?
Or is that Baltimore's secondary?
It was Baltimore's secondary last week, but
yeah.
I'm going to take Minnesota here. Wow, we're really different on picks this week.
That's good.
I know. Got to shake things up a little bit. Philly at Denver.
I think Denver continues what they were doing last week and feed it to Javonte and now that you got Jared Judy back and even did Tim Patrick, is he done? Did he?
I don't know. I haven't seen any news on Tim Patrick.
Hold on, let me see. It doesn't say anything, but he was having a great game against Dallas. So I'm going to stick with Denver.
I think Yeah, I'm gonna go with
Philly. I got you.
no. I want to, but I'm not. I'm gonna go with the safe pick here. I'm gonna go with Denver. I still like Philly was in that game against the Chargers. I think travel had a lot to do with it. I think the Chargers, traveling's huge, dude, and no one really talks about it at all. I mean, they were running the ball well against them. Devonta Smith was having himself a great game.
Yeah, it was.
But I'm gonna take the Broncos here. Seattle, Green Bay. Aaron Rodgers is still questionable to return this week,
and I really don't think he's gonna play. And I believe Russ is back. I don't know how much he's gonna play or not, but I'm gonna go with Seattle.
He's either gonna play or he's not gonna play.
Right, exactly.
Right. So I don't think there's a
Oh well, true. I think he does play though, and they possibly could have Chris Carson back too. So I'm gonna take Seattle.
I'm going on the assumption that Aaron Rodgers is gonna play. I'm gonna take.
Oh, hold on now. If Aaron Rodgers is playing that exactly, I'll take Green Bay.
Well,
but I feel like he's not going to play, so I'm going to stick with Seattle.
I feel like he's gonna play. I hope he does, because the performance from Jordan Love was not anything.
Yeah, he is not ready.
No.
So.
Yeah, I'm gonna take Green Bay.
I don't think he's going to play though.
Here we go. We got an AFC West.
Oh, hold on. I gotta.
Oh, all right.
See, I'm gonna take Seattle anyway. All right. What's next? Chiefs Raiders.
Yeah.
Man. Who did?
They played earlier this year and the Chiefs won, didn't they? No, they didn't. It was the Chargers. This is their first time meeting, and I don't know.
Man,
the Raiders always play Kansas City really tough, man.
Oh, I know.
And they're home.
I'm gonna go. I'll take Kansas City. You can take Las Vegas.
What are you speaking for me now?
Yeah, I know.
Damn.
Well, I mean, you seem like you were.
Well, I mean, it's tough, dude.
Oh, I know it's tough. I just feel like Kansas City is
losing Ruggs. Really, I think affects that team. Because Ruggs gave them something downfield. Now, Edwards is now he's a number one there. They still have Darren Waller, who I believe is still.
Yeah, he's good.
But Ruggs just gave him that one extra dimension that really opened up. I mean, Josh Jacobs played really well last week, and Kansas City really doesn't have any run defense at all. I mean, that's the one thing. Like in the Green Bay game last week, I feel like they put the ball in Jordan Love's hand way too much, and they should have just because I mean A.J. Dillon and Jones were having good games, dude, and you could have just and again, Kansas City's offense did not look great, right? Like, and their red zone offense is their red zone offense is not good at all. I'm gonna take Vegas, dude. Yeah. Jesus, what am I doing this week? It's week 10.
Either you're gonna be up here or down here. One of us.
Week 10, the week of the underdog. Jesus.
Right.
And then we finish off Monday Nighter Rams in San Francisco.
Yeah, I think the same thing is going to happen. What Arizona did is San Francisco. I think the Rams are going to do the same thing. It was like a little wake up call for the Rams when they
Yeah. Oh
played
yeah.
Tennessee last week. So I'm taking the Rams.
All right. So yeah, I'm gonna take the Rams. But I kind of want. All right, so everyone tune in. I kind of wanted to skip the gimmicks this week. Not the gimmicks. I mean, our segments of the show. Kapow and Fitz's fantasy formula and all that stuff. And I really just want to talk. I want to talk football and what is happening around the league and mid-season review, MVP candidates, playoff pictures, all that stuff. Because it's really we are now officially at the halfway point. And I guess the one thing I want to dive into real quick is not real quick. I mean, we could talk about it as long as we want. NFL officiating, dude. I mean, has it gone too far?
In my eyes, yes. Especially with the Chicago game in Pittsburgh.
And just the taunting the taunting penalty is absolutely ruining this game, I feel like. And then just
it's like you can't hype your team up or anything. I understand if you're like, I wouldn't like being obnoxious about what you're doing.
Right.
But if you make an actual good play and you're trying to pump up the team in the crowd, I'm all for it. And man, some of the calls the refs are making.
Even like when the D lineman sacks the quarterback and then he stands up and he's like, yeah, right? I mean, if you're going to call taunting,
you should do that
call taunting every time, right? Because I'm pretty sure boasting after you make a sack or make a tackle for a loss in the backfield is just as much as a taunt as if you were to stand up and boast at the other team.
Exactly, 100%.
Right? It's just as much as a taunt if you're saying, come on, come get me. You know what I mean? Like
even the quarterbacks are like...
Yeah, 2 weeks ago, Josh Allen in the Miami game, dude, saying bye, bye, bye to that is taunting, dude.
Yeah.
Right? Like, so if you're going to call it, call it. Call it every single time. And watch your ratings just plummel.
Yep.
What's the word that I'm looking for? Just take a huge dive, because they will. Right?
Oh.
And then that's what makes me question the timing of these calls, right? And that's really what's coming from it. I mean, that taunting against Chicago was crucial and really poor timing, honestly, right?
Like, so, the refs can change the outcome of the game by doing stuff like that. So,
right. I mean, the refs can set the tone of the game too, man. Like holding, right? I don't really know. I mean, and that, like, if I'm an offensive lineman, right, and I got my hands inside, my hands are inside, my hands are where they're supposed to be. How are you to determine if I'm grabbing cloth or not, right? And even if I am grabbing cloth, defensive lineman's technique, knock down the hands, right? Knock down the hands. Now, if I'm pulling you and preventing you from physically making the play, then yes, that is a hold, right? But even so, if I have you tied up and the play is past you now, and I got and you're trying to run through my arm, and the play is now past you, you're not making a play on that. That's not holding in my aspect, like in my eyes. That's not.
No, not at all.
And there's no. It's just. I don't understand it, right? I really don't understand it, and it's really that's what I mean. Like I don't want to sit here and say the NFL is rigged. I'm not going to do that. Like, but it's the timing of these calls are so crucial,
right?
And it really, I mean, it takes away from the true competitiveness of the game, right? I mean, even like I don't even know. I don't want to get I don't want to get too fanboy here. But last week the Bills Jacksonville, right, Buffalo Jacksonville game, opening drive, Jacksonville comes out and they go right after Tre'Davious White, not passing anything like that. Chenault, Tavon Austin, everybody was going out there and they were just getting super physical with Tre'Davious White. They get a personal foul called against them, and then turn around and they get a personal and then Buffalo gets a turn but it was such deliberate, like
they were trying to do it on purpose.
Like they were trying to do it on purpose, and I get it. If that's your strategy, get him flustered, like sure, but like I don't call it every single time.
Yeah. Don't have favorites.
We got the first commentary of the first comment of the night here. A buddy of mine goes, Fitzy, I miss you like the Bills line misses blocks.
Dang.
I miss you too, buddy. I love it, man. But yeah, I don't know. Again, I don't want to talk too much into this the NFL officiating. I've never really been, it is what it is. It's as much part of the game as, run blocking or face masks or anything like that. You know what I mean? It's as much part of the game as anything else. I just think some of it has gone too far. Some of it has gone way too far. Illegal hands, dude, if a wide receiver and a corner are battling, just let them battle, dude.
Yeah. Just let
them battle. Just let them battle, because what's going to happen is you're going to make a call. You're going to make a call that's going to affect the outcome of the game. It really is.
And it happens a lot.
It happens all the time.
Yes.
Let them battle. Those are two experts at their position. Let them see that. Those are the kind of when you got a corner going against a wide receiver. These are two guys that are trying to prove that they're the best, that they're better than that person. That's competition at its truest form. Let it happen, dude.
I agree 100%.
Let it happen. OBJ. Actually, no. Before we jump into the OBJ thing, let's break it down. Let's get into the playoff picture. So right now in the AFC, you got Tennessee, Baltimore, LA, Buffalo, Vegas, Pittsburgh, New England. NFC, you got. I got it around here somewhere.
Arizona, Green Bay, Tampa Bay, Dallas, Rams, Saints, Falcons. Any surprises in there?
Oh, I think Atlanta. Atlanta's a huge surprise.
Right? Same.
He says, taking football out of football, why do they have face masks and protective gear? I mean, it's true. Like I'm a big believer that sometimes the gear is more harmful to the players than it is to. But then again, it's also like rugby, right? So
yeah,
rugby, these guys are tackling, they're going full speed, you know what I mean? And rugby is a vicious sport. I've played rugby. I used to play sevens when I was stationed down in Mississippi, and I tell you what, like when I got tackled, it's weird. Like my body would, collapse or fall in a natural way, and I feel like all the protective gear that these players wear, sometimes it hinders them from doing such.
Right.
But they're also running
a lot faster.
I feel like they are running a lot faster than, say, rugby. But yeah, I don't know. All right, so sorry, I kind of veered off there for a minute.
It's all good.
Back to the playoff pictures. I think Atlanta is a big surprise right now, and I'm happy for Atlanta. I got really high hopes for Art Smith down there. I just don't know if Matt Ryan is going to. I don't know if Matt Ryan's going to be there for the next time. The next time that Atlanta really kind of emerges as this premier team. I think Art Smith is like Arthur Smith is.
No doubt.
I think Art Smith's a great coach, and what he did in Tennessee as an offensive coordinator really put them onto the path of where they are now. And I think he's going to do the same thing here in Atlanta. I like Kyle Pitts a lot. I like their utilization of Cordell Patterson.
Cordell is having his best career.
Best season ever of his career. And it's a shame that it took a team this long to utilize them in this way, right?
I mean, he does it all.
He does it all.
Runs, throws, special teams.
But he again is not going to be there in the long run either. I'm hoping that Calvin Ridley, gets, I don't want to say gets his life in order. I don't, nobody really knows what's happening in his life at the moment for him to.
Just hope he gets better.
I hope he gets better, yes.
To football, exactly, because he's an incredible athlete, and they definitely need him.
Yeah.
So
but Atlanta right now is the big surprise for me. I know that they're in the 7th spot. And in prior year formats, they wouldn't be in it at all. They'd be on the outside looking in. So, but
yeah,
who's your big surprise?
Well, it's also Atlanta, but I have a feeling that Atlanta is going to be one of them teams that come into the draft this year, draft a young quarterback, and Matt Ryan might have 1 or 2 years left.
Yeah.
So I agree. What you were saying.
I also, I don't know if this is just like the history of the AFC, my history with the AFC East, the Bills' history with the AFC East, but New England kind of scares me that they're in the playoff picture right now, dude. Right?
Yeah.
I mean, good for them. Good for them with the, rookie quarterback Mac Jones. And again, like I said earlier in the show, they're playing really good complementary football, man. They're running the ball effectively. They're not. He doesn't have to make too many crazy decisions. And their defense is playing lights out right now. And that's a formula for success.
So
and they kind of scare me right now in the AFC. I don't think they'll go far. I don't think they'll make it to the AFC Championship. And I think that more or less comes down to lack of experience versus, say, lack of talent. Bigger games, Mac Jones might want to throw a little bit deeper than he should type thing. You know what I mean? So.
Well, as of right now, they have the 7th spot, but they're tied with Kansas City, Cleveland, and Cincinnati, and the Broncos with the same record.
Yeah, I know, but like out of all of those teams, like we've already discussed, I don't think Kansas City's not firing on all cylinders. They don't have the defense to sustain games. Their offense is not, achieving success in the red zone. The only, I mean, honestly, Cleveland runs the ball effectively. Their defense is still kind of sus. Is sus. Baker did have a hell of a game last week.
Probably one of his best this year so far.
I like what's happening in Denver. Denver started off hot, slowed down. They cooled down for a little bit. Now they're getting their rookie running back going. Javonte Williams is having a great rookie season. Jerry Jeudy's back. I don't think Teddy Bridgewater is having like some amazing season, but I don't think he's playing horrible.
No, he's getting the job done.
He's getting the job done, right?
And that's what you need.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I mean, you look at years past, I mean, one quarterback that always got the job done, I felt like, was Alex Smith. I felt like Alex Smith always did a really good job at getting the job done.
Yep.
He wasn't, it wasn't amazing. He wasn't, blowing your mind with his stats or anything like that, but I thought he was always a really consistent quarterback. And that's, I mean, truthfully, that's what you need. So, all right, let's dig a little deeper here. Final four. Final four.
If the season ended right now, I would. I think, and for the NFC side, I got Arizona and Tampa Bay in the NFC conference.
Oh, you don't think the Rams are there?
I mean,
the Rams put an ass whipping on Tampa Bay earlier this year, dude.
but they just got their ass whipped by Tennessee. So
no, I mean I get it, but that's an it's an outer conference game. They're not going to,
as of right now, yeah, I even though I picked the Rams to go to the Super Bowl, in which I'll probably have a different team by the end of the year. But I just think Tom Brady and with the experience he has and the way Arizona can win games without their starting quarterback and running back.
So I'm going to say the Rams in Green Bay. And the reason why I'm not taking Arizona is same reason I gave for New England. I think Arizona lacks experience still when it comes to these big games. They're playing great. They're playing great football. Don't get me wrong. But yeah, they're lacking experience there. Cliff Kingsbury is lacking experience as a head coach. So I think that they might go, they might make though. So if they playoffs started tomorrow, they would have, they would have the week. They would have the bye week. But I don't think Arizona makes it past the divisional round there in the playoffs. And I like Green Bay because of one, their defense is playing really well, and they have A.J. Dillon and Aaron Jones, right? So they're running like, yes, they have Devontae Adams and Aaron Rodgers and all that shit, but I truly believe in running back by committee, and they have two of the best that can do it right now. I think A.J. Dillon is extremely underrated, and he would be a number one back in any other offense in this entire league.
Yeah, I feel the same way. Just like Tony Pollard, I think could do the same thing.
Tony Pollard is going to be the highest sought after free agent this year.
So
I really think so, and he might end up in Buffalo
or Atlanta.
Or Atlanta. Atlanta could really use a feature back, dude. Again, like we said, like what they're doing with Cordell Patterson is awesome. I don't know if it's sustainable though.
Man, could you imagine if he went to Atlanta? Like he would.
Yeah,
I believe he would thrive there, man. Like.
Oh, I think so too. But all right, AFC. Who's your final two there in the AFC?
I got the Ravens and Bills.
Ravens and Bills. It's a rematch of the divisional round last year.
Yep.
That was yeah, I think
if the Bills, the Bills will get their offense going. I'm not worried about that. And if the defense stays the same, they'll have no problem. Baltimore, Lamar keeps playing the way he is. If they can fix some stuff on the defense, I think they'll be all right.
But I mean, listen, dude. I'm as much as a Lamar supporter as the next person. I just love his story and everything that he's doing. But he's also the only reason that they are succeeding right now at the moment.
Exactly. And that's why...
Like, some of their wins, take last week as an example, you know, you don't have him back there, you're losing that. I don't think they're not firing on all cylinders on both sides of the ball. That defense is...
Oh, the secondary, man.
That secondary is getting lit up, dude. And if you end up facing somebody like the Chargers or Tennessee, who, you know, with Julio Smith and A.J. Brown, and some of these people that can really put the ball downfield, and they have a well enough defense. I'm not saying a top tier elite defense, but they have a well enough defense to. You just have to slow Lamar down. I don't think you'll ever be able to contain Lamar Jackson, but you have to slow him down.
Like, if Lamar stays healthy, I think they can get to the conference game.
Okay.
I mean, that's why I got him as my MVP right now.
Yeah. I'm gonna take. I mean, it's tough for me. It really is. I think I'm gonna have to. I think I'm gonna have to follow suit with you. I don't think Tennessee. I think Tennessee is a really good team, and their defense is playing well right now, but their defense is also really. Either they're just starting to jive, or they're getting lucky right now, because at the beginning of the year their secondary was awful. I mean, their secondary is still kind of not great.
Yeah, they were giving up some big plays.
Right. I mean, the loss of Derrick Henry.
Yeah, like that's huge.
Right. I mean, if they still had Derrick Henry and they're playing and their defense is playing the way that they're playing right now, I think Tennessee is in that AFC Championship game. I really do. And they've been there. They've been knocking on the door the last couple of years. You know what? Fuck it. Excuse my language. Anybody that's watching, sorry. I don't really...
You gonna take them?
Huh? Yeah, I'm going to say Buffalo, Tennessee, the AFC Championship, dude.
Oh, I thought you were going to say Tennessee and Baltimore.
No, I'm going to take the Bills, dude. I got to take the Bills.
I know, I'm just joking.
This isn't even fanboy stuff. I mean, you have a top 10 offense and you have the number one defense across the board. Like,
I mean,
defense wins championships year in, year out. That is proven. Even Tampa Bay going into last year, as well as their offense was playing, their defense was playing better. And their defense absolutely won them that game. Won them that Super Bowl. Defense wins championships, dude. I don't care if your defense is garbage all year round.
You'll see.
Actually, whatever I was about to say, just retract that, because it was about to not make any sense at all. So, shut up, man. Don't laugh at me.
Well, the Bills, they have the Chargers, the Bengals, the Ravens. Like,
the Bills
no,
have
that's
they have the easiest. They have the
yeah.
easiest remaining
I was
schedule.
looking at the Steelers. Steelers have a hard schedule. Jeez, I don't think the Steelers. Yeah. All right. So yeah, the Bills. Like the only games I can see that you guys might lose is the Tampa Bay, and maybe one to the Patriots. So yeah, I, I agree. But I also think like even Tennessee like they can win their games too. So I mean, who knows what happens though with injuries
Yeah.
and stuff like that. So I'm hoping Dallas can make it, but we'll see there. They have the potential to beat anybody.
Oh, Dallas
If
does absolutely. They can keep up with anybody, but
right.
you know that secondary is still kind of
Oh yeah,
questionable.
I'm hoping for a safety or another cornerback,
Yeah.
not a linebacker.
All right, man. Couple more things to just.
So who's your MVP? You all right?
Yeah. Cade chimes in here. He says Green Bay and LA for the NFC Championship. LA will go to the Super Bowl. That's what I said was LA and Green Bay. I was gonna say we're running over a little bit here, but there's still a few more things I want to talk about real quick. OBJ, where do you think he ends up?
All right. I will say this: if OBJ goes to Green Bay, then I believe Green Bay can go to the conference.
They offered him the league. So do you think Green Bay is wrong in offering OBJ the league minimum?
Do I think Green Bay is wrong?
Yeah.
Not at all.
Not at all, right? Like I don't understand I don't understand why that was even. I don't know. I was reading some reports where people were like, question mark? Like, why would you offer him? Like, well, here's why you offer him. One, he's been injured the last 2 seasons. He hasn't played a full season in 3 years.
Exactly.
Second of all, he's a free agent that if you sign him to a league minimum, you're going to sign him for 1 year, and then he's going to move on and he's going to chase the money. Right? It's going to take him. It's going to take him at least 2 weeks to come into your offense, right? Yes, he might be present on the field, but before he really starts clicking with your offense, it's going to take at least 2 weeks. Now you're already looking at week 12, right? Playoffs are. I mean, granted, Green Bay is going to make the playoffs, but like, playoffs are right around the corner now.
Right.
I just don't think that's the type of. I don't think signing him to a big contract or whatever mid-season like this is the route to go. Like
maybe during the off season or somewhere else, but not right now.
I mean, there's reports that he's thinking about going to New Orleans. I mean, you want to leave Baker Mayfield to go catch passes from Trevor Siemian? Like,
yeah, that makes no sense, right?
It doesn't make any sense.
Yeah,
And then then of course there's New England really truly knocking at the door. I guess Bill Belichick. This was a quote. I don't know really where I saw the quote, but it was basically like Belichick really wants him.
Yeah, they have like some type of mutual respect, a connection, or something between the two. I don't know.
But
I mean, Matt Jones throws to everybody, not one person.
Yeah. And I'm not saying that. Yes, I know his antics on the field might seem like he's one of these, I want the ball all the time kind of guys. I don't think he is. I think he just wants to win. I think every athlete is like that. I think every athlete just wants to compete to win. But again, back to the Trevor Siemian thing. You're going to leave Baker Mayfield, now a seasoned vet in the NFL, to go to Mac Jones. Like,
yeah, personally, that's why I think he signs with Green Bay.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, if I was him, I would sign with Green Bay.
Right, that's probably your best.
Right, not only that, but one, now you got like 6 weeks to showcase, like, hey, I'm still a threat on the field. Oh, hey, I also have the chance to win a Super Bowl here. And then go get paid next year.
Yep.
Right? I mean, but then again, that's why I'm doing a podcast out of my basement. What the hell do I know? So,
no, I agree. I would go play with a top tier contender that wants me, and Green Bay said they wanted him.
Yeah,
so I would go.
He would compliment Devontae Adams tremendously.
Right, like that offense is good. Like that offense is really good right now. Just imagine if he could come and produce. Like, man.
Yeah, and then it opens up. And then having two like top tier receivers like that really opens up the door for guys like Allen Lazard and MVS and now Aaron Rodgers is just putting it downfield. And now right, and now you open up. So then immediately everyone's gonna be playing too deep on you. Right? And it's just you just run the ball, right? You run the ball. And so yeah, from a sitting in my basement standpoint, the smartest move for him to do would be to go to Green Bay. So
I'm right there with you.
But all right, everyone. I guess we'll get into MVPs and all that stuff next week. We ran kind of deep tonight.
That's all good. Appreciate the ones that stopped by.
Yeah, appreciate everybody tuning in. Thank you. Again, we stream every Wednesday, 8 o'clock.
Yep.
It's not exactly 8 o'clock. That might be 8:05. It might be 7:59. You know what I mean? It's in that time frame. It's in that range.
Somewhere around it.
Somewhere around it. But usually shooting for 8 o'clock. So, but yeah, thanks a lot for tuning in. Be sure to go check out our Discord. And again, I'm gonna stress this every week. Like, we're really trying to get people to join the show. We really want people viewers to chime in and tell us, where they're from and what team they're rooting for. Let's talk about your team. I really want to talk about your team. So,
yep.
Yeah. So be sure to join the Discord, and then inside the Discord, you'll see the live show voice channel, and there's always a slot available. So if you want to join, we could talk about your team and
just let us know.
Yeah. So, but yeah, again, everyone, thanks for tuning in, and hopefully we have a really exciting week 10. God, I hope we do, because I made some awful picks tonight. So
it's gonna be fun. So. And once again, happy Veterans Day. And then
I tell you what, man. I tell you this: if Detroit wins, right? If Detroit beats Pittsburgh, I'll go put money down in Vegas next week on something. Don't tell my wife that, but I don't know if she'll tune in to catch the last end of the show. She always watches the beginning. She never watches the end, so maybe.
This is where we clip it, though.
Right. So, but all right, everybody, thanks so much for tuning in, and you guys all have a great week, and we'll see you next week.
Bye.